Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Ripping On. Tonight's episode will be on The Harder They Fall, a brand new Netflix movie. I believe it's an original also, so let's jump right into it. So the movie starts off fairly reasonable with a family dinner or lunch or whatever it may be. And then it escalates once the visitor shows up and everything. Now, I like movies that get to the point fairly quickly, so this already is showing that I'm pretty intrigued by it. So I'm hoping that whoever the bad guy is, they're gonna hold true to to how bad this person is throughout the movie, because you know how most movies tend to go about it is, oh yeah, the guy is such a badass person, he's so evil, and then all his actions always seem to kind of be flimsy, or the evil person always tends to be all flimsy and wish-washy when it comes to them showing how evil they are. So let's hope this character stays true to his evilness. The very next scene I witness, it's a duel. I mean, it's pretty badass. As for the realism of it, it's a little far, but yeah, it's still pretty good. I'm so far I'm enjoying this movie, and I hope it has a lot more in store for me. So, surprisingly enough, whoever wrote this or whoever I guess the scene manager or whatever it is. And they did something that I'm pretty sure most people will probably overlook. But when they ambush, like I guess the good guys, I'm gonna say the good guys, ambush the guys carrying the money, or I forgot the name of the gang with the red hoods or whatever. So in the moment when the shootout starts, one of the guys literally grabs the horse and shoots it in the head to give him cover, and that's fucking intelligent and very quick to do when it comes to a shootout. And that scene seems so well done, but it's something that most people probably overlook. But it's a phenomenal scene. Like that is an excellent moment, and I'm 100% certain that this movie is not going to let me down. So let's keep going. So the next scene that we come across is the train scene, and surprisingly enough, the scene is practically flawless. I am pretty amazed at how the person who wrote the script and the first director and everything were able to make it so that way each character, as you see them on the screen and everything, they give off enough of an instinctive feel for how the character is, and as basically the scene progresses and all that kind of stuff, each character or each main character from the bad guys team, they feel genuine, and it's an amazing thing to actually come across a movie where it feels like, you know, you're actually getting a firsthand insight to that character with just the acting and the scene itself or whatever. But it's a phenomenal scene and it's really good, and I'm really enjoying this movie so far, so let's keep going. So far, this movie is keeping true to the nature of the bad guy. So the next scene that I see with him is a brutal takedown of the sheriff in the town. It was spectacular. It was unexpected, surprisingly enough, and I was captivated. It was like phenomenal to see the the sheer brutality of the takedown. Anyways, still pretty good, and it's reasonable to say the least. Like excellent, excellent up until now. So yeah, what a massive buildup for a face off. The worst part is that scene, it was so expected. It's from what I learned from the character, like the bad guy character, it was expected for him to do what he did in the face off. It was so expected. But phenomenal scene yet again. So far everything that's that's passed in the movie, like has happened, is great. I have almost nothing to complain about. It's really well done and everything like that. So I just finished watching the movie and everything. phenomenal fight scene between the two girls. It was definitely one of those equilibrium moments where, you come up against a badass and you're like, yeah, you haven't seen anything that shows that this person's a badass, and all of a sudden they whip out some fucking skills, and you're like, oh shit. So, excellent fight scene between both of them. It's a shame that we didn't get to see the young quick draw dude actually do his stuff. But in turn, he did get what was coming to him, the bad guy quick draw dude. So it was perfect. So I'm basically gonna say like this movie was pretty good overall. Um, there was only a couple of little tiny little scenes that I could say that were annoying, but other than that, this movie didn't really have much wrong with it. So there wasn't much to rip on. But uh, still, it was a good one. So I'm gonna get into the rating. So for what the movie is, I'm probably gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 because there was almost nothing wrong with it. The characters and how the movie plays out is fairly well. Like the story is kind of wishy washy, but still, for what it is, it's a phenomenal movie, and every character was pretty much perfect for their role. Well, every person was perfect for their role, kind of thing. The soundtrack was amazing. So that was another thing that I was really surprised about. The soundtrack was good. And the voices, like every character's voice was like just perfect. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but overall, excellent movie. Excellent movie. So what I think the general public would probably give this movie is probably like 6.5 to 7.5. So fairly close to my rating. And definitely this movie was well worth it. It was a great watch. I would suggest this to pretty much everyone. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next episode.